Hello, happy Valentine's Day to all, all people, all forms of life. I've been inspired today to show the habit of aged urine full body soaks in warm aged urine. And just to give you a little orientation, I'm sitting in a camper trailer I bought many years ago, and during the beginning of my journey on rebirthing, and I basically turned it into like a womb, everything in one space without walls dividing everything. So I got a bed here, a tub down here, two double sink over here, a hot water heater, and I'm plugged into a house that has central air, and I pipe in the air. I have a wood stove outside that heats the water, so I can do and right here I have a colonic table. I got into doing colonics many years ago. I don't do those as much. I've graduated more into the use of aged urine in the colon, and it's something that the people who taught me about colonics didn't implement. So anyway, I wanted to show you how little time it takes to do this habit of an aged urine body soak once you get set up. Now, right here, under this candle, I have a non-functioning small deep freezer, and I'll just show you some of the simple tools you'll need. And I made this breathing tube. It's just like a washing machine hose, but what I did at the end, you can see, is I fashioned something so when I put it in my mouth it won't slide out, but this keeps the lips in a position that we used in the womb quite a bit for the suck push mechanism, which I've written extensively about, our prenatal memories. And if any of you want to know how to awaken on on steroids your in uterine memories and really heal the ancestral traumas that we all inherit, and go back to the light that we are, hey, take a listen. It's not going to take me long to actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually get into the small deep freezer here, and I will submerge myself, and I'll keep talking and explain, the path I'm doing, so you can see how simple it is. Normally, if it's just myself, I'm not attempting to engage in communication. I'm just listening, very still, and this is my sacred place. I'm sharing with whoever happens to cross paths with it. And I just listened to one of the podcasts that Kate Stillman did with Harry Matadine. And Harry Matadine and I go way back when I first learned about urine therapy 3-4 years ago. And so Kate has crossed paths with some of the same people in the urine therapy community that I have. And so I just wanted to comment some on what Kate and Harry Matadine just talked about, especially one of the details that is assumed in the urine therapy community is that we, after the 3rd month, we were swallowing our urine. But this is not what the ultrasound shows. And the ultrasound shows a regurgitation out of the mouth and nose from 3 months to 7 months, and then it starts to have a little bit of a reverse flow of the amniotic fluid in without so much out. But there's what's been seen, fetal movement studies with ultrasound. There's a rhythmic expansion and contraction of the pharyngeal space, they call it, that we all use to suck push simultaneously our Uranus, our anus, was suck pushing from the lower body. So the upper and the lower body were working together, and it was all to maintain the flow along the umbilical cord simultaneously in two directions at the same time. So the point I want to make to my urine therapy community friends, as well as people in the yoga healer community, which I feel very akin to, as well as the psychedelic arena, is that when we're in the womb, we used an entirely different, the same muscles, but an entirely different mechanism of getting the fluid into our mouth and nose area, and that was through the eustachian tube. And so the suck push mechanism basically was like this. When we're under duress of the maternal orgasm, which I've written extensively about. But I just want to show you how to tap in. Another thing I want to point out is this is not for the faint-hearted, because back in 1994 I was made aware of the effect of metal in the teeth and how it blocks the energy flow in the meridians. And so if I hadn't had my teeth pulled, and these are my original teeth, you can see the metal. It says smile on there somewhere, maybe backwards for you on the camera, I'm not sure. But anyway, I have dentures. So I'm going to take these out because in the womb we didn't have teeth, and so the Creator set me up to not have the energy flowing in the meridians blocked like they weren't in the womb, because we didn't have our teeth and have metal, obviously. So that's the reason for the shape of this nozzle, is because it lets me breathe under the pool of aged urine I'm going into, like that. And so it keeps my mouth in the position of the kiss. And you see the woman with the deep wrinkles, right? And that's because we were sucking the amniotic fluid through our ears and then blowing out our mouth and nose in utero. So we were not swallowing amniotic fluid. I just hope this clears up the misconception in the urine therapy community where we're drinking our pee. That's what we did in the womb. We didn't drink our pee in the womb. The skin absorbed the pee, and that was peed out every 30 minutes. But as far as our hearing, everything is, Tesla said, everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. So the fluid was drawn across our eardrum, equilibrium chambers, because it was vital to have fresh amniotic fluid, pee, on those areas to develop our best sense of balance. So anyway, I've said a lot. I'm just going to show you now how you can tap into how you breathe in the womb. Now, the key thing is, in the womb we didn't breathe. It was the glottis was closed, and it was like a fish. So you have to imagine that your anus and your mouth were working together, and the feeling that comes through is the pulsing of the belly button, because that's where all of the focus was in the womb. The in-uterine breathing mechanism. If you'd like a link, if you'd like a PDF, just send me a message. I'm going to post this in various places. Just send me a message on Facebook Messenger, and I'll send you my PDF of over 30 years of research on rebirthing prenatal memory, with a lot of links, all the research that's been suppressed about the effect of sex during pregnancy. Okay, on with the show. Here we go. I just want to show you how little time this takes to actually do the habit. So, off with the blanket. I set my little tool here. I'm going to range the camera so you get a better visual. Now it looks pretty good. Now, over here in this corner, you'll see that I'm going to be pulling out this heater. This is key. I'm only heating the airspace above my pool of pee, about 30 gallons of aged urine, and it just gets better and better with time, the more I use it. So I set that heater out. I don't want to electrocute myself, but that's what keeps the pee at body temperature. So to get in, you're not going to be able to see the pee until it comes up around my body. And it's nice and warm. Feels wonderful. I have socks on my feet because this gets pretty cramped. I try to, This is, you know, poor man has a poor man's ways. So anyway, you take this. Now I also, just to get started, I usually don't have a hat on, but I had an idea to use the hat because my head doesn't get quite under and it'll keep the back of my neck warm, which is very important actually in the in utero breathing mechanism. The limbic brain is back there. And I'll just leave this little mason jar here and rest it on my knee here in the corner. Okay. So you just get settled in here. You can do this for 5 minutes a day. You can do it for 2 hours. You can do it for 30 minutes. I would recommend you go easy at first because this really stirs whatever challenges are in your biofield regarding your prenatal memory. And it's important that you get the head as much as possible because the warmth is key. I know Wim Hof does the cold the therapy, and I've done his work, and I love it. I love his breathing. But what I found is that the breathing that he teaches is actually the same as we use in the womb, except our glottis was closed and we were doing the suck push. So here we go. I'm just going to dive under here. Well, I don't want to choke myself on pee, so got to blow and clear the tube. So that's basically it. You can do it for as long as you want with your head under. It feels like having this cap on is kind of nice because it keeps the back of my head where the limbic brain is warm. I think it's a first time I've tried it with a cap on. Now, they talk about aged urine enemas. You can take the HP, and I've created this little idea with a syringe. Right, I can just take the HP that's in here, fill this bad boy up with HP, right? Squirt it up your butt. So you can drink a little bit of it while you're in here. It's all you. So anyway, I'm not going to do that now, but that's just to show you how simple it is to combine a lot of different habits in a very short period of time. So I think I've been in here maybe 3 minutes. That's all that's gonna, be needed to transmit this simple idea to my friends in the urine therapy community. Because I want some other folks to start to animate their prenatal memories at the level I am, because I'm tired of trying to talk to people and they can't comprehend what the F I'm talking about. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and just kneel here for a little bit, I guess. Love you all. Blessings on this Thanksgiving Day. I'm going to see if I can turn this camera off here now without too much ado. Bye-bye.